Right, it is a Friday and we're live. You got to have lunch, especially on these 100-degree days. It's 100 degrees in Palisade, and it's day 5 of Road Trip 2020 out of 21 days. Patrick, good to see you.
Great to see you guys.
Stopping in for some delicious lunch. I'm getting the BLT.
There's no better place to grab a sandwich than here.
And that's where we are. So Palisade Brewery. And Danny, good to see you.
Pleasure to meet y'all.
True. Cheers, first of all.
Cheers, Patrick.
Cheers.
Oh, what a shame. Cheers and water.
It's seltzer.
Oh,
no, just kidding.
Okay.
Danny had no idea. We didn't even know. We were just going to come in here and get some lunch, but it's like, okay, you're the brewer.
I'm the brewer. Let's make some beer.
You're responsible for this beautiful, delicious craft
You're
beer.
drinking on a nice laid-back blonde there, huh? All right.
Absolutely. I don't know, 30 seconds. How do you describe this brewery in Palisade?
You know, it's a funky little charm, great food, great vibe. We always have some good music and, of course, great beer. So
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
This building, this structure, looks like it's got some history in it.
So this was the packing shed for the agriculture community up until about 20 years ago, and then beer takes things over.
Who wanted to start beer here?
So the original owner at this establishment was Thomas Hennessy, and we purchased the brewery as a whole in 2010.
So he did all those Colorado boy breweries.
Correct. He did the Colorado Boy breweries.
He's got a
and
book.
He's opened up 6 breweries in Colorado alone. Legendary. When we took it over, we completely took it over, and we're like, you know, we don't want their beers, we want our beers. And we ran from it there, and here we are today, 10 years later.
Okay, we got a big day for you, and we're catching up right now with Danny, but I got to tell you, thank you to our partners who are all great Colorado companies who bring this programming available to you as we're on our crusade, our mission to connect Coloradans to our wonderful food and beverage. We deserve it because it's such a wonderful place to be. Speaking of that, as far as the terroir or the taste of this brewery, kind of regional ingredients, is what makes breweries unique. What kind of things are you doing regionally here to highlight in the brewery?
You know, when we have fruit, we use it.
Yeah.
That's the joy of this valley. Everybody wants us to do fruit. Like, why don't you have fruit year-round? It's like, because we don't have fresh fruit.
That's right.
I'm a fan of hops. I love offensive flavors. I love the variety of hops. So,
Can I guess where you get your hops from? High Wire hops. No? Who else?
I don't want to mention it.
Okay, dang it. It's probably proprietary.
Definitely top secret.
Top secret hops. How would you describe your beers and your brewing style?
You know, I take the complexity out of it. Let's just keep beer simple. Let's have some fun with it. Let's make it an everyday drinker, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want everybody to be able to enjoy our beer.
What are your beers? Name them.
Laid Back Blonde, Dirty Hippie, High Desert Red, Working Man's Haze right now is our seasonal.
Ooh.
Porter of Love, Imperial Porter, Troubled Mind, Imperial Stout. Let It Grow, we just released today.
Wow.
Summer New England IPA.
So you mentioned all the food groups there. You've got the lighter beers, the easier
yeah.
drinking ones. You got the porter. Did you mention a stout?
You know, that's Troubled Mind.
What, I'm sorry?
Troubled Mind, Imperial Stout.
Yeah. And then your names of them. What are the names all about? Where you get like the Dirty Hippie?
Most of our influence comes from music. We hear a song and we're like, man, this made me think of a beer. We run with it. Dirty Hippie was pretty significant with, we wanted to incorporate what Palisade's about, and it's, you have a farmer, you have a hippie, they're sitting at the table drinking a beer. The label of Dirty Hippie represents all of that, with a farmer shooting at a hippie running out the door. And that kind of represents this valley as a whole, is you have hippies, you have farmers, you have everybody just coexisting, just having a great time over some good beer, over some good wine, just relaxing, enjoying each other.
And what you have at the end of the day is hard work and grit, determination, and a community that you're talking about. And so, wow, that's cool. That's the stuff that gives me the goosebumps, man. What are you working with here, man? How much production facility do you have?
So we have 20-barrel brew house. We have 4 20-barrel fermenters, 4 40-barrel fermenters. So quite a bit of production. We hit about 3,500 barrels a year. Could have hit more, obviously, last year. Put a Bosch to that, but
yeah,
we do pretty good.
Really did.
Everything's brewed, packaged, distributed out of this facility. We don't use a distributor. We have true relations with all of our customers.
Wow, how far do you reach?
As far north as Steamboat Springs, as far south as Telluride.
Can you get this beer in Denver?
Not at all.
Not at all?
As far east as Glenwood Springs and Steamboat.
Will it ever be in Denver, do you think?
I've been saying yes for the last 5 years, and no closer now is we were then.
And
so.
not yet. We're going to have lunch. I don't know. Here's what I like to do is our reach from the Modern Eater. We go to every corner of Colorado, and when we hit agriculture, it's such an underserved community that to give them a voice is fantastic. And when you do give them a voice, they share it to every single place that they can possibly share it to. What would you say to folks that are passing through Palisade? They want a nice cold one. They want something to eat. How do you give them that elevator speech to say, come on in here and join us?
You know, the community kind of speaks for us.
Yeah.
When somebody comes in town and says, hey, where should we eat? Do you like barbecue? Come to the Palisade Brewing Company. You want a beer? Go to the brewery company. If you want a little bit elevated meal, go to the cafe. If you want a highly elevated meal, go to Pesh. Everybody takes care of each other in this community, and that's what makes it just that. It's a community.
I love that you said that. Have you had any of this guy's wine?
You know, we've been talking about it every now and then.
We,
that means I have to drink some wine, you know?
We have it on the menu here, right? The Pet Nat White.
The Pet Net, yeah.
So
we're going to go tour your spot here in, I don't know, the next half an hour or so.
It's crazy because that wine it drinks like a beer, so it's such a perfect fit to have with these guys over here.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us in your house, Danny.
Oh, we love having you.
It's a cool place. We're going to drink this beer, we're going to have our lunch, and then we're going to kick that rock on down the road. But when you're in Palisade, come get a cold one. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
That's great.